And take a few deep breaths into the belly once you have done at least 2 breaths into the heart. And just settling the shoulders down. Feeling the palms of the hands. So feel the heat into the palms of the hands as they touch, as they're in our center here. And they're bringing that balance of the left and the right halves, bringing it together. So just take a nice deep breath into that. Just kind of honoring this space of balance and harmony within our bodies, especially at the good times. And then we kind of work on different body parts when they're not in harmony for the times that we need a little extra assistance. So we're going to start with movement today. And let's start with a cat-cow, seated cat-cow. So just taking the back body and curl around the back body, curl the belly in, drop the head, neck, and shoulders down. Exhaling. On your next inhale, lift the heart and a gentle arch to the back. And exhale. So plant the fingers, have them either fingers gripping over the knees, or I prefer the inner portion of the thighs, because then my elbows go out and we've got some space. We create this space for the breath as we do this move. The feet should be firm on the floor. The body should be able to sit upright as we do this and move through the space here. So curl it in, exhale the air, drop the chin, tuck the tummy in, round the back. And then inhale. And as we lift up, we bring the front body forwards, but lift through the heart more, opening that chest space for the lungs. And then continue. So curling in more at the belly level. And then as we inhale, bring that heart out and open it up. And let's do a couple more here, nice and slow if you can. Move with the breath. Allow the breath to be your guide. Allow the breath to dictate the speed and the depth of the movement. Let's do one more. Filling the space up, enjoying that openness, and exhale, curl it in, breathe it out, knowing that we're releasing and detoxifying within. And then come into a nice straight spine. So let's roll the shoulders gently, whichever way suits your body first, because there's always another way. And do that now. So take the other direction and just roll. Relax the arms or try to focus in on the shoulders. And release. And let's let the hands dangle a little bit. The feet are still firmly on the floor. We're going to do our sigh breath. So we're going to inhale, shoulders up to the ear, and then be careful of arm rails or whatever for the space here. And we're going to just drop it down and exhale, sort of a little bit exuberantly. So let's do that together. So we'll do 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, exhale, sigh it out. Inhale. 2 more. 1. And relax. Inhale. Soften that exhale. Let's bring the chin to the chest, dropping the back of the head. And then gently rotating or rolling the head around so that the ear is going towards the shoulder. Take the opposite arm. So if we've got the head to the right, then take your left arm and either anchor it under the arm rail or the chair, or even you can put it under the hand under your seat. So you can sit on your hand. And again, you don't have to. Sometimes I just even lengthen my arm out, and that's actually stronger. So be careful if you do that, just that, because you've got a little weight happening there. But you want a fairly loose, relaxed arm. You want a relaxed head. You can always take 2 fingers and just assist very gently, no pain, gentle stretch. And feel if the spine is still straight. You want to keep that kind of upright position. Slowly release, bring the hand in, always get into or out of it the way you got into it. Drop the chin down, and let's travel to the opposite side, releasing and stretching. Kind of feel into the kinks and go slow. Relax into where you can go. If your head's too far over, then back it off a little bit. You know, maybe this side is a little less mobile. And then find a position for your hand, either down, anchoring it under the chair, under your seat, or perhaps we might even just sort of flow the arm out and stretch it out. Again, this is a little bit strong, so be careful with that. Gently use the breath. So use the breath to soften everything that you're feeling along that line of stretch. And if it's available or feels comfortable, take maybe 2 fingers, so a light pressure to the side of the head. Allow that to just assist the stretch a little bit more. No pain. Soft and relaxed. Let's do one more breath. And then gently release that down. Get out of it the way you got into it. Bring the arms and drop the chin down to the chest. Bring the head up. Give the shoulders a little roll. Loosening that up. And then we'll continue. So let's now focus on a little bit lower. So let's lift the heels. Can't see my feet, but lift the heels up, press the toes into the ground, into the earth, and then drop the heels down. So do that for 1. Lift the heels up and down for 2. Lift the heels up for 3, and let's press in. So it's almost that position where you can lean back. You don't want to tip your chair, of course, but it's as if, you know, we were young and we would, you know, like press into the earth and tip the chair back and freak everybody out. So pressing in to the toes, not lifting your chair. And then relax those heels and then come back to sitting upright. Let's bring the knee in. So it doesn't matter which one, just to take a leg, lift it up in either underneath, behind, or we can interlace fingers and draw this into the chest. So hold here, breathe in and out. Feel the back grow long. So we want to sit, we want to relax into our seat, we want to lengthen through the spine. So I'd like to encourage a little bit of tummy tightness, or tightness isn't the right word, right? But just draw it in so that we're lifting the heart up and then evening that out through the crown of the head. So we're lifting all the way through. A couple more breaths here. And even the chin can come down gently, just like a rounded chin, like you're gonna hold a little apple or your fist underneath the chin. Breathing that in and out. Connecting with the breath too. So it's important to connect with the smoothness of the breath, the depth of the inhale, the depth of the exhale. And right now we're just going to try and even those out. Let's drop that down and then go to the other knee. So if underneath is more comfortable, or maybe you can grab the shin or interlace the fingers. Again, you may need to even sit a little bit towards the front. Just obviously be careful of not sliding too much, but root into the ground with the tailbone, lengthen and lift with the heart, and draw up through the crown of the head just by gently tipping that chin down and focusing in on a deep, long breath. Even visualize, you can close your eyes and visualize the breath traveling down and the breath releasing up. A couple more. Last one. And gently, gently bring that down. Let's now take it. Then we're going to go back to that first knee. You want to bring it up. And then here's the tricky part. Let's take the opposite hand to the knee. And you do want a little bit of a crossover. You want this knee to sort of directionally come towards this shoulder, your opposite shoulder. If you're really super flexible, you can cross and draw it in. But I think we're just looking for the hip. We're just looking for that gentle kind of stretch into the hip. So bring it up and then over, or maybe just hold with one hand or hold with both. I think both is more supportive. And we're just gonna breathe in and out to that. See if you can feel, you don't have to feel the tightness or tension in here, but see if you can feel that activating, if you can feel that there is a stretch happening here. It may be happening in the low back too. So just notice what's going on this side, because we want to sort of compare with the other side and see what's happening, if it's happening on both sides or it's more one side than the other. And we're going to straighten that knee out and gently drop it down. Let's take it to the other side. Let's lift up. Take a nice breath in, take your opposite hand and draw it over, maybe center or past center. And if you're, able to take the fingers whichever way it works for you, maybe higher, my hand, I'm just playing with this, higher on the knee for me works more to get this diagonal across the body line, so that I'm finding higher on the knee with the opposite hand is a little bit better for myself. And again, focus in on what's going on in here, the hip, the low back. Feel if you're still connected to that straight structure. And just soften the breath in and out. Notice if maybe you've got a little more movement, a little more room. You can cross it if needed. A little more strength in the arms needed, but no pain. And then we're going to gently unwind, so get it going out the same way we got in. Bring it to center, straighten it down, and then maybe straighten your seat as well. So let's do spinal twist here, but let's do it with the arms. So we're going to take our right arm, we're going to lift to the sky, gently lift up, inhale, take the opposite hand to the knee, exhale, and then either just draw it back and down, holding maybe the back of the chair, holding the arm rail or rest, the armrest, and just gently turning. You can also just bring that arm up and down and around, bypass the whole thing and just bring it back, two hands to the knee and hold. So feel into where that worked best for you. Inhale, exhale. And unwind slowly. Take it to the other side, drawing the left arm up to the sky. Take that inhale into the belly, turn, hand to the opposite knee, And then draw the arm back as much as possible, comfortably, and either rest onto the back, the armrest, or the side, and hold this twist. Hold the spine up straight, breathe it in, breathe it out, breathe into the twist, breathe into that sensation of the ribs and the shortness. Just feel into where that feels like it's being wrung out. We're wringing out like a dirty dish rag. Wringing it out. We're doing that to the organs in here, so we're giving them a nice gentle squeeze. So bring the breath in deeper, and that helps to increase that sensation or that feel of squeezing out any toxicity in our organs. Calming the breath. And then gently unwinding very slowly, making sure you kind of have this, not tension, but a draw up into the belly so that we're keeping the spine low. Let's still have our feet hip width distance apart, flat on the floor. We're going to slide our hands down. We're going to do a forward fold, but we're going to rest. So you kind of want to curl almost like a child's pose and curl, and then slowly with the crown of the head, see if that works to drop that down. Deepen the breath. And then slowly curl up. And I'm just thinking, I think we'll do a little bit of hip circles, and then we'll do some sitting sun salutations just to kind of warm up the back. So let's lift your right knee and circle it around. So it can be small circles. So this is the tension I was talking about prior to, that we want to kind of work and warm up the joint a little bit. And then change directions. So we'll go around the opposite way. And keep the circles small right now, just so that we've got kind of a controlled space here. Drop it down. And then lift your opposite knee and just sort of allow for circles with that knee, kind of like spirograph. And then slowly bring it the opposite direction, circle it around. So I'm just doing kind of quick, I guess, but small circles, sort of circles. And then bring that down. And then you might be feeling that more in the hips now, right? So we're going to do our sun salutations, which is going to help strengthen the back, but it's going to work at the hip level too, because we're it's kind of, bending it back and forth and hopefully bringing it a little more circulation into that area. So allow the hands to come down, and we're going to sweep to the sky with the hands, any amount, keep them shoulder width if you can. Inhale, fold forwards, release the hands back and up with the palms, thumbs pointed towards each other. And then we're going to bend those elbows, grab onto the armrest or your knees. I prefer my knees. Inhale, lifting the heart. So it's a little bit of an arch. We're kind of lifting through the heart to the sky. Exhale, we're going to slide down to the ground. If the toes are available, touch them. And then we're going to open to the sides to help take the pressure off, but still strengthen into the back, and bring the hands together any amount. And then Bring your hands down towards the heart level. Take a nice breath in and out here. And we'll do that again a few more times. We'll go a little bit quicker if that's okay. So let's inhale, drop the arms, sweep them up. Exhale, fold forwards, reach back with the palms up, thumbs together. Hands to the knees or the chair, lift the heart. Almost like unwinding as we lift. Exhale, slide down gently, fold over your knees, touch the ground or the toes. Inhale to the sides to lengthen and lift up to the sky. And exhale, bring it down into the space at our heart. And continue. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, fold forwards, draw the arms back and up. Hands to the knees, lift the heart. Exhale, drawing it down to the earth. Any amount. Inhale, sliding and spreading the arms wide to come up to the sky. Palms together and into our center. Let's do 3 more. So flow them down, flow them up. Exhale, fold forwards, release behind, lift the arms up. Hands to the knees, unwind and lengthen the heart. Exhale, fold down to the ground. Inhale, open the arms, gently lift to the sky and into our center. Exhale. Sweep the arms down. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forwards, hands go back. Hands to the knees, lifts the heart. Sliding down to the earth. Reach as far as you can comfortably. Press through, lifting through the core as we bring the hands to the sky and centering that down our central channel. Let's do 1 more. Sweep the hands back and then lift up. Exhale, fold forwards, release it down and back. Hands to the knees, lift the heart. Exhale, fold down to the earth, to the toes or wherever you can reach. And then strengthen through the heart, the back, lead with the heart as we come to the sky. And then bring that down into your center. And we go into a simple twist. So we're turning to the right. We're going to grab the arm rail or arm rest and lengthen, lift through the crown of the head and hold and breathe in and out for 5. Turn to the back with your head as well. 4. And your eyes go as far back as well. 3, looking behind. 2, and 1. Unwind super slow. There's kind of a beautifulness about that, of going really, really slow in and out of these sometimes too, because they're strong. They can be very strong. So let's go to the other side, grab the armrest, lengthen through the spine. Then once you've got a nice little turn into the belly, twist, exhale a little more, see if you can get more out of it without pain. And turn the head behind, turn the eyes, eye yoga, turn them as well. Eyes are attached to the brain, and it affects the functions of the brain when we do movement with the eyes. So allow them to look. So don't have your eyes closed for this one. Have your eyes open and looking as far behind as you can, and maybe stare at one spot, holding here. Maybe 3 more breaths. 2 more. 1 more. Soften and really it's like slow-mo moving out of that. And let's go back to our very first cat-cow, but modified cat-cow, in that the belly is going in, curling back, but we're lifting through the heart. and lifting that to the sky. So exhale, turn those elbows out if we can, press it back. Inhale, lengthen and lift to the sky. And continue. So allow your breath to be the guide. Allow your breath to lead in and out of the space. And if you're able to take a deeper, we did this already, so there's a warm-up already. If you're able to take this into a deeper position and hold briefly, just for a second, and then release. During that second, you can either choose to just allow the breath to naturally exchange. There's always technically a pause there, which we kind of want to look for. But you can also mindfully create that pause. So again, I'm going kind of fast, but I think that it's a practice that takes a bit to finesse it. We think this one's so simple, and yet we can really dive deeply into it and into the breath and into the coordination, allowing for a real beautiful kind of flow here. So just try this for a few more breaths. As we come up, lift through the spine, find your center seat. So find that center, find that space that speaks to you, that you're not too far back, you're not too far forwards, you're not one side or the other. Just we're centered. Feel centered. And let's do the little bit of stirring the pot so that we kind of take the belly or take the ribs. You can take it from the ribs. I tend to like to take the ribs. You can take it from the lower hips and belly. It's a little harder in a chair, I think, depends on the type of chair you have. So let's take it from the ribs, or if you want to maintain a straighter spine, then you can take it from the shoulders and roll the shoulders around. But if you do the shoulders, then you really kind of want to keep this core engaged, which is a good thing. But if we're dealing with a little bit of tension in the back, in the lower back specifically, this one is good. Like this is good for the hips, right? To ease out some tension in the hips. But if we're looking specifically for the low back, then this one can be very good in strengthening if that's the problem with the low back. If it's just sitting too much, then it might need that rib movement and a little bit more mobility. Okay, so we'll switch and intermittently you can switch, just feel into what works best for your body, for what you're doing right now. And there's this exchange of space, like we're going on from one hip to the other hip. So notice if there's pain with that. Notice what's going on in your body. So we often don't move to the extent that we're able to. And it does create stiffness. It does create tension in the body when the movement's not, or the muscles are not used in that way. But again, this one we'd be careful of, because if you've got low back problems that that it catches, then this one probably, the straighter back one might be the better form. Okay, so we'll just sort of stir our pot. I always like to think of a big pot of lentil soup, and we just kind of grab the edges with a nice spatula and stir that around. And then coming up into a straight spine, let's do a fold forwards and try and lengthen the spine. So we're going to try and release the spine down. So just draping down. You can bring your feet even wider and use the elbows to drape. So again, it just really depends on what feels best for you. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do the wide legs, elbows support. You can have the hands support and go further, or you can grab the ankles. 5 breaths here. See what works for you. From here, let's take the hand to either side. Complete your breath. Widen the knees much as possible if they aren't already. And we're going to slide one elbow down, and we're going to push away on this one, and drop this shoulder down. If you don't need the support, you can take it from here and drop and push away and have the hand on the knee. Feeling into the lengthening of the back on that one side. Hold for 3 more. 2, 1. Unwind or lift up. Take a deep breath in, exhale, bring it down, and then either elbow and press away. So there is a turn. We're dropping this shoulder down, turning. So there's that gets into the low back. Also, there's an inner thigh stretch here. And then if it feels like you'd like to take the hand, you can come up, or you can just shift slowly from there. Drop it down and press away. Dropping that shoulder down, releasing through the back. Let's do 2 more breaths here, wherever you are. 1 more. Bring it back to center and then lift with the heart as we come up. Bring the knees in, bring the knees out. Hold on to the chair, sit up tall. In, out, in, out, in, and out. And then bring it in and bring both feet up and point the toes up and point them down. So strengthening into the thighs, press up and down with the toes. You can hold on to the chair, you can hold on any which way, or just rest the hands, let the legs do the work. Up and point, up, point, up, and point. Bring both feet down. Take your right leg, stretch it up, the toes, roll those ankles around, or roll the one ankle around. And the other way as well. Have the toes straight up, the heel is pressed forwards. Lean back, hold onto your chair, and just bring the knee in and press it out like we're pressing a gas pedal, or yeah, not like pressing a gas pedal, but press it out. In like a go-kart that you just want to press all the way down. And I cut like 5 times if we can. And if it's too much, it's too much. That's fine. Bring it in, press it out, and drop it down. So we're holding on, we're pressing into the back, we got support on our back. Lift the knee up, press that foot out. Lift the knee up and in, press it out. So 3 here, out, 2 more. Check in with your breath, your breathing, last one. Hopefully we're not holding our breath, and bring it down. And then bring both feet up and hold. Lift if we can, the arms to the sky. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that down. We'll do it through 2 more times. Press it out. Arms up, legs forwards for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale that down. Inhale, exhale, bring it up, and hold 5. Maybe bend the elbows this time. 4, 3, 2, it's quite strong, and 1. Up, release. And if you had to let go a little earlier on that one, that's absolutely fine. It's strong. So let's just roll the one hip again, or the knee circles, and lean to the other side. We're kind of easing off that center line now. Roll the other hip. And then open it up a bit. And we're going to lift to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, fold forwards, reach down to the ground. Any amount, just let yourself fold. Inhale, straight arms forwards, press into the feet for support. We're lengthening and we're trying to let the spine of the lower back kind of release a little bit. So support once you're down on the ground, or blocks, you need to touch so that your lower back can soften. Come on up. We'll do 1 more. Fold, release. Just allow. And then come up. Exhale it down. Bring the knees in again. And let's do our spinal twist, but we'll lift the arms to the sky. We're going to bring them down to the heart. We're going to twist manually first with just the core, and then grab onto the chair and allow for a secondary twist. Breathing in, breathing out. And then gently unwind. Take a deep breath in, maybe roll the shoulders a little bit. And then again, sweep up to the sky. Bring the hands down to the center. Twist with the center body. And then gently bring the hands to the chair. And allow for a little bit of pressure, a little bit of assistance. Breathing it in and out. One more. Slowly and gently allow that unwind. And then just sitting, I think, just create this space. Again, think about the space as being tall, tighten into the tummy or draw the tummy in, lengthen through and up through the crown of the head so that we're really pulling up, sitting with the palms faced up, resting, back of the head gently lifting. The hip bones are softly rooting into the ground, as are the feet. And if that's possible to expand into the rib cage, please do. Being more mindful with our breath. And as we expand into the rib cage, let's expand into the lower back. So let's focus where the breath wants to go, or where we want the breath to go today at least, but into the lumbar area of the low back. So breathing in, direct your breath down, expand, and then allow the exhale to be more gentle and more of just a sigh out. So expand and direct on the inhale to the low back or wherever you need it. Exhale is just a release. 2 more, expand into the back and release. Let's do 1 more nice deep breath in. Expand into the lumbar area. Feel the fullness of the breath going into the spine, into the lower back and ribs. And then expand, and then just allowing the let go, the release. And softly breathe your regular breath now. Okay, and then the last pose that we'll do, we're gonna, so this is just the one that's may work or may not work. You can cross at the ankles, but if you're able to lift and cross into a figure 4 or cross-legged, more so the figure 4 actually, if you can, and we're just folding forward. So we're gonna have one hand supporting the ankle. Make sure the ankle bone is over the ridge here, so that your ankle's not digging into your thigh or your knee. And then one hand on the knee. Open. We like to open those around the elbows as we inhale. And then exhale. It's a gentle fold forwards. Slowly let the breath come out like a stream of air, like a flow. Releasing down, and then breathe in and out as you're able. It's a little restricted here, so again, we can focus that breath into the lower back. One more. Press into the hips, ground the hips as you roll out of that. And go slowly so that we're kind of being very mindful but very direct in our movement. Assist the leg to come out and off. Bring the other knee, you can give it a hug into the chest, and then fold over or at the ankles if this doesn't work for you. Lifting the heart, breathe in, nice deep breath here. Hold at the knee and the ankle to assist. Fold forward very gently, very slowly. Allow it to come where it needs to go. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's just what is working for you, and feel into the body as we hold, as we breathe. Just breathing it in, breathing it out. And of course, if there's any if it's a little tighter on this side or the other side when we're doing this, and you need to get out of it, please do. Only do what's comfortable, or try and modify somehow. Lots of ways to modify with these. A pillow can be used, steps under, blocks under the feet, pillow under the belly, and then we're going to slowly kind of unwind. I'm sorry, I might have cut us short on that one, I'm not sure. And unwind and just sort of allow and assist in coming out and releasing that down. Let's bring one knee up and then the other knee, and just marching it out. Yeah, just allowing those knees to bring it up. Come forward, sit at the edge of the chair, still holding on to the chair though, and hip width apart. And we're going to allow our knees to drop to one side and then drop to the other. And maybe do this a couple times. My creaky chair. Let's do it 3 times each side. So one more each side. And again, you can do this and hold it a little bit longer on your own time. Maybe sit back and then take the breath. One hand to the belly, one hand to the heart or chest. We're going to inhale into the belly. Exhale from the belly. Inhale into the heart. And exhale from the heart. And let's just practice that again. So directing the breath, creating a very purposeful space where we're breathing, or a compartment, and then we can play with the breath a little bit more. So let's breathe into the belly and exhale it out. Into the heart or chest. Expand through the ribs, expand through the back. So when you breathe, it's all the way around. Exhale. And we'll do it one more time. So expanding all the way, the whole width of the belly. And releasing. Softening as we release. And then the last one, into the heart or the chest area. And just imagine that those lungs are giving the heart a hug, because they're expanding, they're squeezing, they're bringing a beautiful energy into our heart center. And exhale when you're ready. And then just to finish, bring the hands back to that Anjali Mudra, that sign of harmony and balance in the body. The right and left halves of the hands, bringing together the right and left halves of the hemispheres of the brain, the right and left halves of our body, and bringing the whole sense of opposites that we all have, the hardness, the tension, the softness, the relaxation, bring that all together, the yin and yang, bring that sensation of opposites that are within our body, within our mind, and bring through the center channel the breath. As we bring that breath in, it softens. We're softening this ridge, this division, just very gently at the center. We need the hard and the soft. We need these opposites of everything that we're made up of, but we also need them to harmonize. So as we bring everything into center and into our breath, especially thoughts can be so sweet and thoughts can be so harsh. And bringing balance to the body, bringing harmony within, let's soften the thoughts, soften the breath, and soften our bodies through movement. So honoring the light that's within us all and sharing this energy of harmony. I offer namaste, bowing to that divine sense of source within, and bowing to our inner light. So thank you.